Hello? So we will continue our discussion with some examples. So yesterday, in the example, we solved for the finite difference equation for the surface nodal point. And after that, we assigned the value. So as an application of the foregoing finite difference equation, we consider a value of the temperatures, and finally we arrived at the heat transfer rate. So in order to arrive at the heat transfer rate, so you have to calculate, you have to determine the correct finite difference equation, which is, ito yung finite difference equation natin. So substituting with the energy balance and dividing it by K over 2, so it follows that this is our finite difference equation. So kapag nakuha nyo na yung finite difference equation, pwede nyo nang i-substitute yung mga numerical values, yung mga temperature values, tsaka yung conduction tsaka convection coefficient. So given naman din yung delta x tsaka delta y. So yun. Kapag meron na kayo niyan, so you can solve for the rate of heat transfer. Okay? So may binigay din tayong ibang case, in case naman na merong convection do sa other parts. So ang in-apply natin dito sa additional comments ay itong case 4. Case 4 yung in-apply natin. So we also arrive at substituting the equation for case 4. So we verify that the energy balance is satisfied. Okay. So let's continue. So yung ating rate of heat transfer, pwede rin siyang calculate using the thermal resistance. So, ang formula natin, as I previously told you, is delta T over R total. So, dun sa example natin, sa figure natin. So, sa example natin, yun, pwede natin siyang makuha yung ating total thermal heat transfer using thermal resistances. So, delta T over R. So, if may given a delta T and RT or thermal resistance, we can calculate. So, yung formula ng R, thermal resistance, is equivalent to delta X over K multiplied by delta Y times 1. So, paano nakuha itong delta X over K times delta Y over 1? So, ang formula natin ng thermal resistance, if you can recall, is length over Ka. So, yung L yung delta X, tapos yung K, and then yung area is delta Y times 1. Ito yung area normal dun sa direction ng heat transfer. So, L over Ka. Yan. So, mga compute nyo na yung rate ng heat transfer. So, So, ito ay pag-conduction, no? So, pag-conduction naman, same. So, delta T over R, yung formula ng rate ng heat transfer. So, yung delta T natin is yung highest temperature minus the lowest temperature over HA. Ang R total natin is 1 over HA. Ang H natin is given. So, area. So, kunin nyo lang yung area. 1 over HA yung RT. So, H multiplied by the area. 1 over H multiplied by area. So, yun yung para sa convection. Okay, na-gets? So, may... And then, if nakuha na natin, since kailangan natin i-total thermal resistance, i-add natin itong dalawa. Yung dalawang resistances. Yun yung magiging total resistance natin. So, we have kunin nyo lang yung R total and then yun, makukuha nyo na yung rate ng heat transfer pag nakuha nyo yung R total. I-add nyo lang yung mga total resistances. Yung mga resistances na nag-govern dun sa ating figure, for example. So, dito sa figure natin, for example, meron tayong material A and material B. So, we have delta Y and delta X. Okay. So, dito, may kinonsider na thermal contact resistance. So, as an example of this resistance concept, so we consider an interface that separates two dissimilar materials. So, for example, may two dissimilar materials, material A and material B. So, it is characterized by a thermal contact resistance. So, may thermal contact resistance dito sa gitna, RTC. So, the heat transfer mode from M to N, from Mn to Mn, ito yung Mn. So, yung heat transfer from Mn to Mn minus 1 node may be expressed as dq of Mn minus, going to Mn minus 1 equals delta T over R total. So, Tmn minus Tmn minus 1 over R total. And then yung R total nyo is thermal resistance at material A and thermal resistance at material B plus yung contact resistance. So, we have length over Ka. Ang length natin is delta Y over 2. So, nandito yan. Since kalahati, nasa middle siya, so delta Y over 2 over K times area. Yung area na normal dito sa rate ng heat transfer is delta X times 1 or yung unit depth. And then, yung contact resistance natin is RT. Given, for example, yung contact resistance. So, divide nyo lang siya ng area. So, na normal dun sa rate ng heat transfer. So, delta X times 1 pa rin yung area. And then, similarly, sa material B, we have ang thermal resistance natin is L over Ka. So, yung length natin is delta Y over 2. So, yung distance mula dito hanggang Mn is delta Y over 2 over Ka. Ang area is delta X times 1. Yung area na perpendicular or normal doon sa direction ng heat transfer. Okay, so yun yung concept ng thermal resistances. So, delta T over R total. Okay. So, we will now go with a second example. So a large industrial furnace is supported on a long column of fire clay brick, which is 1 meter by 1 meter on a side during steady state operation. So installation is such that three surfaces of the column are maintained at 500 Kelvin, while the remaining surface is exposed to an air stream for T is less is equal to 300 Kelvin, and H equals 10 watt per square meter Kelvin. Using a grid of delta x equals delta y equals 0.25 meter, determine the two-dimensional temperature distribution in the column. So use Gauss-Seidel iteration and matrix inversion in determining the temperature distribution in the column. Okay. So yun, dito nyo magagamit yung inyong natutunan sa mga previous yung math subjects kasi mag-Gauss-Seidel iteration tayo and matrix inversion. Okay, so meron daw tayong industrial furnace supported on a long column of fire clay brick. So, ang length at saka width ay 1 by 1. So, one meter by 1 meter on a side. Ibig sabihin, yung delta x natin ay equal sa delta y. So, 0.25 siya kasi ang isang side na to is 1 meter. So, yung 1/4 niya ay 0.25 meter. So, delta x equals delta y equals 0.25 meters. So, ang hinahanap natin dito is determine the two-dimensional temperature distribution in the column. So, ang kailangan nyo masolve dito is mga temperatures. Ang magiging final answer nyo is yung temperature. T1 hanggang T8. T1 hanggang T8. So, we have node 1. Node 2, so node 1 ulit. Node 3, node 4, node 3 ulit. Yung node 1, node 3, at saka node 5. By the way, yung figure na to is given na siya no, sa problem. So, may yung numbering system niya is given na din, yung node. So, given na yung numbering system. So, node 1, node 3, at saka node 5 ay interior node. So, pag interior node, ito yung ating equation, case 1. Tapos, sabi pa dito sa problem, during steady state operation, installation is such that three surfaces of the column are maintained at 500 Kelvin, while remaining surface is exposed to air stream for which T equals 500 Kelvin. Yan, may 500 Kelvin tayo dito na temperature na surface. At the same time, meron tayong air moving at 300 Kelvin temperature. So we have given also the 10 watt per square meter coefficient of convection and 1 watt per meter Kelvin coefficient of conduction. Okay, so I will give you 10 minutes to analyze this problem. Then I will call somebody to volunteer to solve this problem. So your time starts now. So I'll give you 10 minutes to analyze this. Then discuss natin after. Okay, so sino gusto mag-volunteer? Solve natin. Sige, so again, so meron tayo ditong industrial furnace. So supported siya on a long column of Parkley brick. So ang Parkley brick natin ay 1 by 1. So bawat delta x at delta y, equivalent siya sa 0.25 meters. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung node na to, yung node 1, symmetric siya, no? Symmetrical siya. Symmetrical. So, yung node 1 dito and sa kabila is identical. So, we have node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, sa kabila, yun, i-copy lang natin yung, since identical siya, symmetrical, so same na yung label natin. No? Yung temperature dito is 500, sa kabila kasi is 500. Pero kung in case na sa kabila is mas mababa, let's say 300, so magiging iba yung numbering niya dito, magiging 9, 10, 11, 12. Since identical siya, so parehas naman 500, so yan, symmetric naman yung Parkley brick natin. So, mas madali kasi pwedeng ito lang yung i-consider natin. Yan, yung 1 to 8, no? So, again, so node 1, node 3, and node 5 are interior node. So, pag interior node, let us go back sa ating cases. Interior node. So, ito yung gagamitin yung equation. Na-derive naman natin siya yesterday. So, we have Tmn plus 1 plus Tmn minus 1 plus Tm plus 1n plus Tm minus 1n minus 4Tmn. So, interior node siya. So, okay. So, we have 1, 3, and 5 in yung interior node. Yung 7 kasi ay meron siyang convection sa baba niya kasi meron tayong flowing air. So, nagkakaroon ng convection dito sa node 7 tsaka node 8. By the way, yung node 2, 4, and 6 also, they are interior node. Okay, so yung node 7 tsaka 8, yun yung merong convection. So, node 7 at tsaka node 8. So, case 3 yung gagamitin natin sa node 7 tsaka node 8. Node at plane surface with convection. Okay? So, ito yung formula. Yung na-derive natin kahapon, case 3. Okay, so let's solve. So, node 1. So, we have Tm n plus 1 plus Tm n minus 1 plus Tm plus 1 n Okay, so let's start with this. So ito yung reference node natin, node 1, no? So yung kanyang Tm n plus 1 ay ano yung value, aling node? Yung Tm n plus 1 niya. Ito yung reference natin na node 1. So yung Tm n plus 1 niya is T2. Gets ba yun? Hello? Nagets ba yun? TMN plus 1 niya is T2. And then TMN minus 1, so yung nasa baba niya ay T3. And then Tm plus 1n. So we have 500 Kelvin. So taas niya is 500 Kelvin. And then Tm minus 1n is 500 Kelvin din. Minus 40 Mn. Minus 41. Hello? Nagets ba yun kung paano nakuha itong node 1? Okay na. So, na tayo sa node 1. Again, ito yung reference node natin, node 1, no? So, ang kanyang Tm, itong formula na to is yung case 1 dun sa table since siya ay interior node. Tapos Tmn plus 1, so ano ba yung Tmn plus 1 niya? So, T2. Yung T2. And then, Tmn minus 1 is T3. Tm plus 1n, so we have 500 sa taas. And then, Tm minus 1n, 500 din. So, 1,000. Kaya may plus 1,000 tayo dito. Tapos, minus 40 mn. So, minus 41. Yung Tmn, yun yung node 1 natin. Or T1. So, yung bawat node, representation siya ng temperatures. So, node 1 is T1, node 2 is T2, node 3 is T3, and so on. So, next na interior node ay node 3. So, ito yun, node 3, no? Node 3. So, Tmn plus 1 niya is T1 plus T4 plus T5 plus 500. So, kung ano yung nasa apat na sides niya, titingnan nyo. So, ito yung node 3, no? So, ano yung nasa taas niya? T1. Para mas madali yung ma-analyze. Nasa taas niya is T1. Nasa side niya is T4. And sa right side niya is T4. Then sa left side, sa baba niya is T5. Then sa left side niya is 500 Kelvin. So, kaya meron tayo dito T1 plus T4 plus T5 plus 500 minus 40 Mn minus 43. Okay. Okay. And then node 5. So, ano yung nasa taas ng node 5? So, we have node 3 or T3. Then sa kanyang kaliwa ay kanan is T6. Sa baba niya is T7. And then sa kanyang kaliwa is 500 Kelvin. So, minus 45. Yung 45 galing siya dito sa 40 Mn. Okay? So, okay na tayo sa node 135. So, punta naman tayo sa node 2, node 4, tsaka node 6. So, ito siya. Interior node din to. So, node 2. Ano yung nasa dito? Taas ng node 2. So, we have 500. So, kaya may 500 tayo dito. Yan. Tapos, sa kanyang kanan at kaliwa is T1. Pero, kaya ginawa natin, kaya nagkaroon tayo ito ng dalawang T1. So, 2 T1. And then, sa baba niya is T4. And T4. And then, minus 4 T2. So, yung 4 T2, dito siya galing. Sa 40 Mn. Sa 40 Mn. Kaya may 42 tayo. So, again, so we have node 4. So, node 4 naman, we have, ano yun sa taas ng node 4? We have T2. Tapos, sa kanyang kanan and kaliwa is T3. So, we have 2 T3. Sa baba niya is T6. Then, minus 40 mn. So, we have minus 44. So, we have for node 6. Node 6 na tayo. Ano yung nasa taas ng node 6? So, we have T4. Then, sa kanyang kanan and kaliwa is T5. Then, sa baba niya is T8. Minus 4 T6 equals 0. Okay? So, nagets ba yun? Kung paano ko nag-assign yung node? Nagets ba yun? Ngayon, so meron na tayong node 1 hanggang node 6. Ang kulang na lang natin is node 7 tsaka node 8. So, node 7, ano yung nasa taas ng node 7? So, we have T5. Sa kanyang baba is T8. Ay, sa taas pala yan, T5. Sa baba niya is T8. And then, iba na pala yung formula, no? So, kapag case 3 pala, ito na. Ito na yung gagamit niyong formula. So, siya ay node at a plane surface with convection. So, okay, so i-apply natin itong case 3. So, we have 2 tm minus 1n. So, ano yung 2 tm minus 1n na equivalent natin dito sa node 7? Ano yung tm minus 1n? So, T5. So, kaya may 2T5 tayo. Plus T8. Yung kanya nasa kanan. Plus, saan galing yung 2,000? Saan galing yung 2,000? So, tama ba to? 2T5 plus T8 plus 2,000 minus 97 equals 0. So, yung 2,000 galing siya sa 2 times, ano yung H natin? 10 watt per square meter. 2 times 10 is 200. Ay, sorry. 2 times 10, 20. Times yung delta X nyo is 100. So, kaya meron tayong 2,000. Tama ba? yung value ng K? 1.0 per meter Kelvin. Hello? Tama ba? So, ito ay meron pa siyang tingin ko, T infinity times T infinity. Okay? Okay, may question pa dun? Ito, saan nanggaling yung 97? So, T7 is yung TMN. So, yung 9, saan galing? So, ang given dito ay H na 10 times 100. Saan galing yung 97? Yung 9? Yes.
From ano po, dun po sa 2 times H, wherein ang H po ay yung 10, tas ang delta X po ay 0.25 over 1 plus 2 po. Pag inequals po ay magiging 9 po yun.
Okay, tama yun. Thank you. So, yun. Okay, gets na, no? So, kasi meron tayo ditong 0.25 na delta X. Eh, ito, tama ba yung ginawa natin kanina? Na 2,000? Tama ba yung nakuha natin na 2,000?
Bali po yung 2,000 po ata ay galing sa 500 na nasa side at saka 1.5 from dun po sa 2H times delta X over K. Tas times temperature po.
Okay. Yan. So, galing siya sa 500 plus 1.5, no? 500 dito. 1.5. Okay. So, yun. Clear na, no? So, ganun din sa node 8. So, we have 2T6. So, ito, gagamitin na rin natin yung ating case 3 sa node 8. Node 7 at saka node 8. Case 3 yung gagamitin natin. Okay? So, ngayon, kung meron na tayong node 1 hanggang node 8, pwede nyo na siyang i-substitute dito. Pwede nyo siyang gamitan ng Gauss-Seidel iteration or matrix inversion. Kaya ba ito sa calculator? Bali, ang gagawin nyo lang, ilan ba ito? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kasi node 8 siya, so 8 na column. So, from T1 to T8. So, sa node 1, ay kailangan pala naka-arrange yung inyong equations, no? Naka-arrange dapat yung inyong equations. So, T1. Ito, kailangan i-rearrange nyo siya. So, mauuna yung 41, negative 41, plus T2 plus T3. Plus, meron ba tayong, ayun, tas kapag walang value, yung walang T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, isi-zero nyo siya, and then, Sa kabila yung negative 1,000. So, lipat natin sa kabila. So, ganun din sa node 2. Sa node 2, saan yung node 2? Ito, 2T1 plus walang T2 tsaka T3, no? T4 na yung next. So, kung titignan nyo dito, 2T1, may T2 ba? Ay, meron palang T2. So, 2T1 minus 4T2. Walang T3 pero may T4. Now, 0 na yung 5, 6, 7, 8. Tapos negative 500. Okay. Sa node 3, ang node 3 natin is T1. Tapos yung T2 at saka T3, 0 na yun. Tapos T4. Ay, hindi. Sorry. May T3 pala tayo. So, yung T2, 0. Tapos may T3, T4, tsaka T5. Tapos nasa kabila yung negative 500. Tama ba? So, T1, 0 yung T2. Then may 4, T3 tayo, T4, T5. Tapos talagyan nyo ng value na 0 yung node 6, 7, tsaka 8. So, tapos nasa kabila yung negative 500. So, ganun din sa node 4 hanggang node 8. Tapos, kunin nyo yung, ito yung magiging matrix nyo, yung A column. So, we have negative 4. Sundan nyo lang to. Sundan nyo lang tong nasa taas na mga values. So, negative 4, 1, 1, 0, 0, and 2, negative 4, 0. And ilagay nyo lang lahat dyan yung mga values. Tapos yung C ay ito. Negative 1,000, 500, 500, 0, 500, 0. Negative 2,000, 1,500. Then, makukompute nyo na itong P. Marunong ba kayo mag-ano? Anong method yung ginamit dito? Anong method yung ginamit dito? Kaya ba ito sa calculator? Yung ganito kalaking size ng matrix? Hindi. So, paano nyo siya i-digest? Sinong may suggestion? Kasi normally, pag ganito kalaki, software, MATLAB yung ginagamit natin, no? Paano mag-solve ng 8x8 na matrix? Manually. I think marunong na kayo solve using determinant or row operations. Tandaan nyo pa ba yun? Kailangan marunong kayo nito mag-solve kasi hindi na siya tinuturo dito sa heat transfer. So, kailangan alam nyo yung pag-calculate ng inverse of a matrix. So, kailangan solve nyo using determinant. Solve nyo siya using determinant, using row operations. So, ita-transform nyo yung 8x8 matrix into an upper triangular matrix. Sinong marunong mag-solve ng 8x8 matrix dito? Meron ba? Hello? Okay, so ito yung magiging, meron ba akong binigay na problem set na meron na similar dito? So, pwede nyo siyang pag-practicean. Kailangan marunong kayong mag-solve ng 8x8 matrix kasi kasama to sa Excel. So, kasama siya. So, kailangan ma-determine nyo yung T1 hanggang T. Okay? So, i-digest nyo na lang muna siya. So, kunin nyo yung determinants and then from that, pag na-digest nyo, so you can solve na yung ating hinahanap na temperatures. So, normally kasi sa ganitong cases, gumagamit tayo ng mga mathematical models or softwares like MATLAB and any other softwares available. Okay? So, ang gawin nyo, so, kunin nyo yung inverse of a matrix. And then, masosolve nyo na yung hinahanap nyo na temperature. Okay. So, matrix equation, matrix inversion. So, consider a system of finite difference equation corresponding to an unknown temperature. So, identify the nodes by single integer subscript. Yun yung ginawa natin kanina rather than by double subscript mn. So, the procedure for performing a matrix inversion begins by expressing the equation as this. Ito yung ginawa natin kanina, no? So, where the quantities A and C are known coefficients and constants involving quantities such as delta x, k, h, and t infinity. So using matrix notation, these equations may be expressed as A of multiplied by t is equal to C. Okay? So yun yung ginawa natin. So kaya meron tayo, ito yung A multiplied by C is equal to T. A multiplied by T is equal to C. So, UT is equivalent to A equal to C over A. Okay. So, ito yan, no? So, coefficient matrix A is square n by n and its elements are designated by a double subscript notation for which the first and second subscript refers to rows and columns respectively. So, matrices T and C have a single column and are known as column vectors. Ang tawag pala natin dito ay column vectors. Column vectors yung tawag natin dito sa column T at saka C. Yung matrix T at saka C. Single column lang siya. Column vectors. So typically they are termed the solution and right side vectors respectively. Solution and right side vectors. So if the matrix multiplication implied by left side of the equation is performed, equation 4.47 or 18. Okay, so yun. Ito yung magiging challenge nyo. No? So kailangan maaral nyo kung paano mag-solve ng 8x8 matrix. Kasama siya sa exam natin, sa midterm. Okay? So, kailangan ma-review nyo yung inyong knowledge sa Higher Mathematics. May question kayo dito sa ating na-solve na problem? Okay? So, yun. So, kailangan mapag-aralin mo paano mag-solve ng 8x8 matrix. Yun lang naman. Then, kailangan ma-solve nyo itong temperatures natin na value. Verify nyo kung tama itong T1 up to T8. Okay, so may mga examples pa tayo dito. No? So, you can also study this example. May solution na siya in schematic diagram. So, sa exam, i-apply natin to yung ating systematic way of solving problems. So, may non-find schematic. Tsaka yung analysis. So, yan. Yun. Same lang din siya nung ating previous problem. So, mas marami lang siyang node. So, node 21. Ito hanggang node 21. So, meron din siyang fluid moving. So, meron siyang convection, meron siyang conduction. Okay? So, paki-aral na lang nitong mga problems dito. So, also, I think sinama ko na siya sa problem set yung ibang examples dito para ma-review nyo din. Ayan. Nilagay ko na siya sa problem set, I think. Okay. So, possible na dito may lumabas exam dito sa mga example problems natin. So, paki-aral na lang nito. At saka, yun, pa-review nitong natitira nating example problems with solution. And then, okay na, pwede na kayong pag naaral nyo na lahat yan, ready na kayong makapagsagot sa midterm exam natin. Okay, any question? Okay, so, screenshot ko lang yung attendance natin. Wait lang.